In this video, I'll show you 10 exercises that were instrumental in my own personal getting free from stuttering. So stay tuned. So here are 10 exercises that help me the most on my way to freedom from stuttering. Some of them are speech exercises, some of them are probably not, but this is the essence of what worked for me. So exercise number 1, breaking tension. So speech impediments cause tension in our body. And tension in our body causes speech impediments. And this becomes a never-ending cycle. And we're not going to science to really decide which one causes the other one. It's clear if you're tense, you will stutter. It's a clear sign that you are in a stuttering mode. And you know that you will stutter even before you start to speak. And it's okay to be kind of a bit anxious or excited about speaking, but we don't want our body to be covered and be held by this tension. We want to break it physically, on a physical level, literally. How do we do that? There are many ways. I'll give you a couple examples. First, dance. So when you dance, you literally break that box of tension that is covering you, holding and pressing on you. Now it's gone. Next, imagine you're moving a very hard object like an old-fashioned piano. You need to put an effort, a real effort, to move it. Okay, next one. Combine moving, okay, maybe dancing, or just moving your body with speaking. You just combine moving and speaking. Okay, just be creative again here, but feel that you break the tension and you say something at the same time. It shouldn't be a long sentence necessarily. It can be just a sound like boom, 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 boom. Okay. And be free, be stupid, be silly. It's your home exercise. Be free. Okay, let's move to the next one. So, exercise number 2, voice and breathing. So it's pretty much the same as with tension. Our speech impediments cause our voice to be very shallow, coming from the thorax. And our breathing is interrupted with blocks and repetitions. And this facilitates speech impediments, creating that never-ending circle. So we want to do something about it as well. So what we can do, we can sing and read out loud using our lower part of the chest rather than thorax. There are many apps out there that provide you with the piano so you can kind of play. Oh, and you can sing. Oh, oh, oh. And you always can feel with your hand where your voice and breathing is coming from. And you can read out loud using lower voice. It's not that we want to use that lower voice all the time, but it gives you the feeling of where you're breathing in your voice should come from to be round, deep, and strong. So, exercise number 3, articulation. And here are 2 things actually. First, preparing our speaking mechanism and preparing our mouth muscles for speaking. So it may look funny or stupid, but I usually do like all sorts of manipulating with my mouth to really feel comfortable that I do open it when I speak. That's the first thing. And second, while we speak, maybe that's my personal problem, but we usually don't open our mouth because it's, again, covered with tension. And by articulating before speaking and while speaking, we break that tension. Again, maybe that's my personal big problem, but if I don't do these exercises, my speaking turns into mumbling, literally. Okay, let's head on to the next one. Exercise number 4, relaxation. So, relaxing is very important. Before speaking, there are many exercises we can relax, but what is most important is how we combine speaking with relaxation. As a result of saying a phrase, we should not gather tension, we should not get tense, we should get relaxed. We should enjoy our speaking. How do we do that? The most efficient way to relax a muscle is to put tension on it and then relax. So we gather tension and then relax. And then we add saying a sound into this breathing out, and then saying a word, and then saying a phrase. So we go like, I'm saying this phrase in one exhale. I don't need any other, breathing in the course of saying it. So we kind of produce and model the right way how we say the whole phrase from the beginning till the end in one exhale without any interruptions or impediments. Okay, let's move to the next one. Exercise number 5, acting. I believe that getting free from stuttering is more about personal change, development, call it whatever, than medical intervention. There is no medical cure, medical pill you can swallow or take and stop stuttering. And a lot here is about role play, about role modeling. It's like in programming, you can put a word or a sign which means a whole set of operations, actions, qualities, information. So you put a word, insert a word, and it launches the whole algorithm of operations there. It's pretty much the same with stuttering. We get into certain settings and it triggers, it launches the state of anxiety and tension. We're getting tuned into stuttering. We're ready for it. We lose the battle even before confronting the enemy. So one of the things we can play with is acting. That is taking different roles and expanding our perception of ourselves as people who stutter. Take a book, any book that you like, and try to role play. Use lower voice, relaxation, articulation, move your body, all the previous exercises. Be really free to, try to pass those feelings, emotions. Be free to be someone else. And I'm not saying that it's going to change everything. It's not like, oh, now I'm James Bond and I've been pressing the wrong button. I'll click this one this time and it goes boom, right way. Not that easy, but it's a great exercise. Please don't underestimate it. Just do the work, do it, and see how it goes. Okay, to the next one. So, exercise number 6, using hand as a foundation. Now, all the previous exercises we've done today, they are just warming up. Because all the exercise, your lower voice, your relaxation, your acting, your articulation, they all fade away usually when we confront our real life situation, real life settings. Boom, we forget everything. So we need a foundation. We can put on all those exercises and make them work automatically. For me, it was using hand. And actually, that's the heart of the method that I used. Basically, we use our hand, we put it on the thigh, or we can put on any other part of your body, but thigh is very natural. And we do the same thing. Just first, just relax when press with a thumb on the thigh. Like this. And then we put a sound, say a sound, oh. And then we put a word, and then a phrase, several syllables, in any kind of phrase that we want to say in one exhale. So we say everything we want to say in one exhale. So I use like several fingers, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the end of the program, you put several sounds, several syllables on one finger. If you use any other technique, or will use any other technique, just think about what is the foundation you can put your exercise on so that they stick together, not fall apart when you're facing real-time situation. Okay, let's move to the next one. So, exercise number 7, applying new speaking skills in social settings. Now, this is not a speech exercise, obviously, but I want to emphasize it as separate exercise. And basically, it's the most important, by far the most important, and the most difficult of all exercises. Whatever technique or method you're using, you want to make sure that you actually use it in your real life. So it becomes your automated pattern, new automated pattern. When you have positive experience in your real life, it builds up a new muscle memory pretty fast. It's not that if I've stuttered for 10 years, now I need 10 years of this new positive experience. No, the transition goes pretty fast. It was probably the same time as it took for stuttering speaking pattern to develop. It was not one day, right? When you were born, you didn't stutter the first moment. It took some time to develop. So here it's the same thing. It takes some time to overweigh all those stuttering experiences with the new pattern and for it to become your automated pattern. So when it comes to speaking, there are 2 buttons, and one, it like fades really, and your speaking mechanism always clicks on the right one and launches it the right way. So it's extremely important, it's extremely hard and difficult, and I'll probably make a separate video about how difficult it is, why it's so difficult, going into details and giving practical tips how to deal with that, how to approach that to better get through it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Exercise number 8, recording and diary. Now, recording is a great thing to do if you've done all the previous exercises, if you have your new speaking skills and if you're applying them, try to apply it in real life, and you want to see how well you're doing. Because we perceive ourselves very differently from the actual thing. And I love recording myself using photo booth so I can have video when I'm making phone calls. You can, when you're in the street or in some social setting, you can use your smartphone, you can use voice recorder. There are many options, but you really want to see yourself objectively, because again, we perceive ourselves very differently. Diary is a great thing to analyze your feelings, your emotions, especially when you have negative experience. Sure, you will have negative experiences, whatever method you're using. And you need to see that you did well here and there. Diary is like a good friend that supports you, who's always positive, and who's ready to help. Okay. Let's move to the next one. So, exercise number 9, accountability partners. If you try to remember the latest movies you watched, the books you read, where people acted like real heroes, you probably can notice that they act like real heroes because they wanted to save somebody, they wanted to defend, protect, help somebody. So they acted like heroes because of somebody else. Let's call those somebody else accountability partners. Because if no one knows, no one cares about your effort to get free from stuttering, there's a big chance that you won't have enough motivation, enough why behind that. Why you're doing it. So that's a great reason to look for accountability partners. And you can find friends, great place to find friends who also stutter is National Stuttering Association conferences that take place every year. There are also Facebook groups like Stuttering Community, some others, where you also can find accountability partners. If you go thinking, oh yeah, that's a great thing, I'll do it someday, come on, do it now. Send me a Facebook message or write me an email, say, Andre, I want you to be my accountability partner. And I will. Let's go to the next one. And exercise number 10, challenge yourself to expand your land. The biggest enemy of ours is fear. And fear actually is a good thing. It prevents us from doing dangerous things so we can stay safe. But in our case, we have a lot of fears connected with our speaking. What will they think about me? I look stupid. I'll feel badly. I'll feel ashamed. A lot of fears. And they come down to one thing, fear of speech. And this fear of speech goes from the box of all our fears to the box of stuttering. It becomes part of stuttering. I want to repeat that. Fear of speech is part of stuttering, not a separate thing. And it facilitates, it supports, it feeds our stuttering, strengthens our stuttering. What we want to do, we want to face that fear. A great way to do it is to have a 30 days challenge. Put yourself on a 30 days challenge, have a diary, and every day do something small. It can be very little thing, like asking a new person, approaching a new person, asking for a new thing, going to a new coffee shop, asking for a new meal. Everything you feel is scary, you put it on the list. And you have that 30 days challenge and do every day something small but something new to expand your land. Of course, this works best if you've already you already have your new speaking skills and you want to apply them in real life. You have a seed that you want to grow. If you don't have that, method or technique to use, you still can use that challenge. You can start with this challenge, because the way to freedom from stuttering starts in our mind. Starts with these small victories, expanding our land. For more speech exercises, join my Improve program. You can find the link down below this video. It's absolutely free, and it's a good challenge to expand your land you can take right now. If you're watching this video somewhere besides freefromstutter.com blog, head over to the blog and leave a comment. I love them, I read them all. You can also subscribe to Free From Stutter YouTube channel, like Free From Stutter Facebook page, and I'll see you in the next video.